welcome or welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to yet another video. If you're new here, my name is Vusi Ngwagapo, so please do not leave without subscribing and joining our beautiful family. So on today's video, we are going to be doing this beautiful makeup look. So basically I'm going to be doing my makeup and also explaining to you how I achieved this look, and I'm also going to try and insert the prices because we are going for affordable. So speaking of affordable, today's video is sponsored by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community where we come together as creatives to teach each other new skills. This is where anything goes. Any new skill that you want to learn, you can actually find on Skillshare. Planting has over 10,000 classes that you can learn from. Drawing, design, anything that you want to learn, you can actually find here. So I, as a YouTuber, just normally take classes from other YouTubers who have made it big in the YouTube streets, and I just take tips from them, and they always show us how to grow on YouTube. I mean, from editing, filming, being confident in front of the camera, which is one class that I'm currently taking. So I am currently taking the How to Speak Confidently on Camera by Nathaniel Drew. Because no matter how you say it, it's a huge challenge for me to actually sit in front of the camera and start talking. Especially because I've always had a problem with being soft-spoken and people not hearing what I'm saying. So I decided that I was going to take this class and actually sharpen my skills when it comes to that. So you can also join in all the fun and learning by clicking on the link below, and the first 1,000 people to actually click on the link will get a month free of Skillshare. So I decided that I'm going to do this makeup tutorial for you guys because, you know, it's 2022 and we should be serving clean beats. And, you know, this is where it's at. Just look at it. So this makeup tutorial is going to be sectioned into parts, and I am going to do time frames on the description box below so that you can just skip to the part that you will find helpful. So for example, if you want to learn how to do your brows like I do them, you can just skip to the part where I actually do brows. And if you're interested in the lips, then you can just skip to that part. And I hope that it will be easier for you to navigate through the video. So with that being said, let's just get into the video. So when it comes to eyebrows, I feel like you should follow your own rules, follow their own style, their own way, because there are different types of eyebrows out there. You have fluffy, you have thin, you have arched, you have S-shaped, you have all kinds of eyebrows out there, and I honestly feel like you should just create your own rules when it comes to eyebrows. Now the problem starts when you're actually trying to draw a certain type of eyebrow and you really don't know how to do it. So basically what I'm trying to say is there is no right or wrong way to actually do your eyebrows. So currently I just chose that my eyebrows, I'm going to just leave them alone. I'm no longer going to shape or shave them. I'm just going to let them be, and I'm just going to fill up wherever I need to fill up using a pencil or a pen. For eyebrows, I use an eye pencil, a concealer, a spoolie, and obviously a concealer brush that is C-shaped. So because I have fluffy brows, the first thing that I do is I brush them up using this glue from Got2b, and I like this glue because it keeps them intact for quite a while. So I just use it to brush them up and keep them in place, and then I will use a pencil after they are dry and nice. I then use a pencil and I'll start filling in the spaces that I feel need filling in. So as you can see in the video, I do not start at the front of the brow. I actually start at the arc because I want to see where my eyebrow is actually going, because at the front I actually have hairs and all I need to do is just fill it up a bit. So at the front of my eyebrow, I will keep brushing it up because I do not want the line that I drew at the bottom of my brow to be visible. I will then use concealer to clean up my brow. I am not really happy with this shape, but I will clean that up with foundation later on. So for now, let's just blend the concealer and make sure that it is blended to avoid creasing. So the next step is my base, and when I say base, I am talking about priming and foundation. So I'm going to be using the Rimmel London primer. This is a fix and protect primer. I just like it. I don't know why, I just do. So I'm just going to start applying it all over my face. And when doing this, I do not forget the under eye, because that is where most creasing happens. So I will always focus on the under eye also. And then I'm going to use this foundation from Revlon. It's the Color Stay foundation. I'm going to use it all over my face. I will then blend it using a damp beauty blender. And it's now time for me to reshape my eyebrows, or give them the shape that I normally like. So this shape was a bit offish, but I'm going to clean that up using this foundation. I'm not using concealer because I want to avoid having halo brows. And then I'm going to just brush up my brows to make sure that they're still intact and they're still good. And it's blend, blend, blend. So the next step is highlighting and contouring. Very important step. So when I contour, I normally just smile. I give myself a big smile and I just put the contour below the cheekbone, as you can see. And I do not put too much product when it comes to contouring, because when it's time to blend, it gives me a problem. So this is how I do it. And also the shade that I'm using is not too far from my skin tone, and I like that so much because I do not like my contour to look too dark. And now it's time to highlight. I use concealer below the eye, on my nose, below the nose, below the lips, and a little bit on my forehead. And now it's time to blend. And when it comes to blending, you really need to take your time. And I'm starting from, let me say, the outside of the concealer, and I'm just going to start by blending on the cheekbone to the eye, from the cheekbone to the corner of the eye. I'm doing this because I do not want to start from the under eye to the cheekbones, because that will slowly erase my contour and then I'll have to start afresh. So the product that is left, when I was blending, I am just going to use it on my jawline. Well, blush. Well, I use lipstick as blush, because why buy blush when you have a red lipstick? I will apply it on my hand and then use the beauty blender to apply it on my cheeks. And I will put it where we normally put our highlighter. This is to give it that nice lift. And next I'm going to use a face powder. This is a substitute for bronzer. I do not like a bronzer, so I just normally just opt for a powder. And I use a fan brush because it just makes sense to contour using a fan brush, especially your nose. And then this beauty blender, I am going to use it to actually pat that color on and make sure that it is intact. And then I am going to use a bigger brush and contour again, now with powder. Right, so next is this powder. It's called banana powder, but from LA Girl. And then I'm going to use it on my eyebrows because I really feel like my eyebrows are too dark and they're just too out there. So I'm going to use it, and then all the areas that are highlighted, I am going to use this loose powder. This is me trusting the process. Okay, so I like this concealer for my eyelids whenever I'm about to use eyeshadow. So I'm going to apply it and then blend it before I use eyeshadow for that pigment. So I'm going to use this Sawasti Bangkok palette from Essence because I want very neutral colors. I'm going to go in with a brown, and notice how I pat the color on. I'm not yet blending, but just patting the color on. And now that I am going on the crease, I lift up my eyebrows so it gives me bigger space to work on. I'm then going to use this white color. So I'm switching the colors from dark to bright. So this is how you do it if you haven't learned how to do a cut crease yet. I find it so easy to do if you are too lazy to do a cut crease. So yeah. And now for our biggest nightmare, lashes. I got these lashes from Love Me Hair. They came with the hair, so I do not know how much they retail for. And then I'm going to use mascara first while we wait for the glue to dry. I have curly lashes, so they are always a challenge. So while I wait for the glue to dry, again I'm going to use this eyeliner on my waterline. It's how I like it. I love how the eye pops after it. I will also put some glue on the lash line before I actually put on my lashes, so it makes it easier to stick, and also because I have very curly lashes, so it helps with sticking the lashes. So the most important thing that I know when it comes to lashes is the fact that it has to stick at the end of the eye and at the front of the eye, and when it does, then you can start pinching it so it's stuck to your lash line. I'm not sure if I'm making sense, but I'm sure you can see. And as usual, we do not neglect the lower lashes. We give them a little mascara as well. Setting spray. So I do not spray setting spray on my face anymore because, you know, I'm a gorgeous girl. I just spray it on my beauty blender and then I pat it on my face. Now for the lip combo, I use the same pencil that I used on my eyebrows, and I will use the Scarlet Hill gloss. I have never used it before and I have been so skeptical about it because I'm so scared of the color. It's not the normal color that I use for my lip combos, for my nude lip combos, and I was not liking it until I actually blended it, and yeah, it came out nice. I'm not complaining, you know. Now let's highlight. So highlights comes at the end for me because, you know, sometimes I just don't need it because I'm already dewy and I just don't need it. So it comes at the end. So right now I'm just going to use my finger to blend it on. I will then use a brush to blend it on my cheeks. That's the only place I'm using a brush. So yeah, and this is it, child. We're done. So anyways, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video was helpful to you and it will really help you in your makeup journey. I hope to see you guys on my next video. Bye for now.